anybody's guess. Ain't no good reason for getting all depressed.
You know, Blossom wasn't just another 90s sitcom. It was a phenomenon that gave us one of the most iconic TV teenagers of all time. Starring Ted Wass as Nick Russo, Michael Stoyanov as Anthony Russo, Joey Lawrence as Joey Russo, Jenna Von Oy as Six, and of course, Mayim Bialik as the lovable Blossom. From her signature floppy hats to those heartfelt, very special episodes, Blossom left a mark on an entire generation. But behind the laughs and the life lessons, there were some truly surprising facts about the show that even the biggest fans might not know. From original casting choices, to people making an exit, to becoming a fashionista, we're about to dive into the untold stories of Blossom. Yes, today is a great day and I'm in a great mood for this.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
So let's not waste any time. Let's get into some surprising things you may have never known about Blossom.
Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream of the crop.
Yards! He scores! The Bulls lead 80.
Girl, your hair's so nappy, Wilson couldn't pick it.
This is Max Headroom.
Are you kidding?
Blossom so jazzy cool. So let's start this off with a cool little nugget that you may not have known. Blossom's name wasn't just plucked out of thin air. She was named after Blossom Dearie, the legendary jazz singer and pianist known for her uniquely soft, girlish voice.
Hello, my name is Blossom Dearie. I wish you bluebirds in the spring to give your heart a song to sing.
It's fitting, really. Just like her namesake, Blossom Russo had a distinctive charm and stood out from the crowd. Tackling serious life lessons or dancing around her bedroom in the show's unforgettable opening credits, Blossom was a character who, much like jazz itself, had an effortless coolness and authenticity that made her unforgettable. Some people know and some people don't. Most people do. I am really big into music. I love music of all genres. And if you like jazz and you have not taken the time to listen to Blossom Dearie, oh my, you are missing out, my friend. Do a YouTube search, do an Apple search, do a Spotify search, whatever it is, and go listen to this woman. She is amazing. And who better to name an iconic character after than this woman right here? Triple threat. Did you know that Joey Russo, the lovable but dim-witted heartthrob from Blossom, was actually played by 3 different brothers? It's true. While most of us instantly think of Joey Lawrence and his signature, whoa, catchphrase, his younger brothers, Matthew and Andrew Lawrence, also stepped into the role. Well, sort of. Joey Lawrence played Joey Russo throughout the series, but his real-life brothers made appearances in various episodes, sometimes playing younger versions of Joey or other characters entirely. This adds a whole new layer of nostalgia to the show, especially to fans of the Lawrence brothers, who went on to star in Brotherly Love. It's a testament to how tightly knit their family is, not just on screen, but in real life. So next time you look at Blossom, remember, Joey Russo wasn't just one Lawrence, it was a family affair. Listen, I'm all for this. I'm all for keeping it in the family. These 3 brothers, they have to be some of the most talented siblings I have ever seen on television. They have grown through the years. I actually liked the brothers on Give Me a Break, which we're going to do Give Me a Break at some point. I thought that they were fantastic. I think this whole family is talented, and they are definitely a part of great nostalgia in my head. Morning cocktail. Jenna Von Oy had a wild way of getting into character as Six Lemire, one that would make any dentist cringe. According to Ted Wass, Jenna had her own secret morning cocktail to fuel Six's mile-a-minute energy. She'd crush up malted milk balls and M&Ms in a coffee cup, then top it off with either Coke or hot coffee. Yeah, that's right, Coke or hot coffee. Pure, unfiltered sugar rush.
You're gonna regret the day you decide to take us on, pal, because we're not gonna stop until everyone in this school, everyone in this state, everyone in this country is wearing a condom on their head with your name on it.
No wonder Six could talk at lightning speed. She was basically running on liquid candy.
Yo, Jenna Von Oy better be glad she's even still alive with that cocktail. That's something your body can handle when you're a teenager. Try doing that cocktail in your 40s and you might be laid out on a stretcher. That is a lot of caffeine and sugar, but it definitely contributed to the fast-talking Six we all know and love. That girl was extremely talented.
Big little brother. Imagine growing up believing your big brother was, well, big. The older, wiser sibling who had seen the world a little longer than you had. Now, picture the shock when you find out that you were actually born first. That's the mind-blowing truth about Blossom and her older brother, Joey Russo. Thanks to a little quirk in the way the TV shows handle character ages versus real-life birthdays, Bialik, who played the lovable and intelligent Blossom, is actually older than Joey Lawrence, who played her goofball heartthrob brother. Bialik was born in December of 1975, while Lawrence came into the world in April of 1976. It's only a few months, but knowing that Blossom technically had seniority over Joey flips the whole dynamic of their on-screen sibling relationship. So the next time you look at the show, just imagine her rolling her eyes even harder, knowing she had the wisdom of a few extra months, yet still had to deal with Joey's moments.
I think this happens in shows way more than we believe it does. I'll give you a quick example. Did you ever watch The Cosby Show? Remember the oldest daughter, Sandra? Did you know she's only like 5 to 7 years younger than Felicia Rashad? So the oldest daughter was only 5 to 7 years younger than the mom. So this happens a lot in television, and you really can't tell. They did a great job. They played it well. There's no way you would know until now. But that's my job, right?
6, the magic number. You ever hear a name and just know there's a story behind it? That's exactly the case with Six Lemire. Played by Jenna Von Oy, Six had one of the most memorable names on TV, and the backstory behind it just as quirky as the character herself. According to the show's lore, Six had 2 different ways her name came about. In the very beginning, they said that Six's parents named her after a 6-pack of beer. Yep, you heard that right, because that's exactly what it took for them to end up, well, creating her, if you get my drift.
Hi, I'm Jenna Von Oy, and I play Six Lemire. First of all, let me answer the question that I get asked all the time. Where did you get the name Six? Well, in the pilot episode, my character explained that her father joked because that's how many beers it took. The real reason is that the son of the man who created this show went to school with a girl named Seven, so he just deducted one and called me Six.
Honestly, could you imagine her with any other name, though? Six was loud, wild, and full of energy, just like a 6-pack on a Friday night.
Could we get away with this on television today? Could you get away with telling a story that a child was conceived because it took 6 beers to get their dad to the point that they wanted to lay with their mom? Like, I'm not sure that that's something we could say nowadays. Well, then again, we say far worse on TV today, so I take that back. Never mind. Strike that last remark. It just still was a wild notion to hear on television way back in the early 90s.
Sabrina As Six? Now let's imagine a world where Sabrina, the teenage witch, who was played by Melissa Joan Hart, instead of casting spells in the 90s, talks a mile a minute as Six Lemire, Blossom's quirky, fast-talking best friend. Picture it, Hart's signature charm, that relatable girl-next-door energy, and just the right dose of sass, replacing Jenna Von Oy. Would Six have been just as lovable? Maybe a little more sarcastic? A little less over the top? It's one of those what-if moments that makes you rethink your childhood TV lineup. Because yes, they offered Melissa Joan Hart the part, and she turned it down. So instead of being Six, she decided to take a new script that was called Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. And, well, as you know, history was made.
This is one of the times I don't even speculate. Melissa Joan Hart did a great job in shows like Sabrina and Clarissa Explains It All. She did an excellent job. Do I even want to sit here and think about her as Six? Absolutely not. I liked Jenna Von Oy as Six. I think no one else could have played Six. I think this was an excellent choice. And to be honest, like I said, I don't even imagine this. Let Miss Hart be Sabrina and let Miss Von Oy be Six, and life is good as it is.
Hulk smash. Direct. Did you know Bill Bixby wasn't just the heart and soul of the Incredible Hulk as the iconic Bruce Banner, but he was also a prolific TV director? In fact, Bixby directed 30 episodes of TV, including a good chunk of Blossom. He was behind the camera for most of season 3 and the first half of season 4. It's amazing to think about how he could seamlessly step into both roles, giving so much to the industry. But the sad truth is, this incredible man left us too soon. Bill passed away at just 59 after a long battle with prostate cancer. And as if that heartbreak wasn't enough, just 5 weeks after that, Ted Wass lost his wife to ovarian cancer.
I always respect people that are double and triple threats in their talent. He was great on screen. Of course, Incredible Hulk was one of my shows that I loved as a child. But to know that he was an awesome director as well, that just makes his legacy even that much more greater in my head. So shout out to Mr. Bixby. I'm sorry that we lost him way too soon, but at least he left us a legacy of greatness that we can all go back and partake in whenever we like.
Blossom Fashionista. So a lot of thought went into Blossom's iconic outfits. Costume designer Sherry Thompson and supervisor Marion Kirk would hit the boutique and chain stores on Melrose Avenue for hours before each fitting, scouring every corner for the perfect pieces for Blossom and Six. It wasn't just about clothes, it was about creating moments. Then Amy, her mom, and the design team would all come together to decide what worked and what didn't, ensuring every piece of that wardrobe fit the character perfectly. And here's something you may not have known. Blossom actually had her very own official fashion line. In the summer of 1993, stores like Burdeen's, Dillard's, and Jacobson's were selling clothes inspired by Blossom's quirky, unique style. Imagine walking into a department store and seeing a rack of clothes that were just Blossom.
Now, I come from an urban setting. I come from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and not many inner city girls were dressing like Blossom. They would have been fire roasted in class if they were. But this is an amazing feat. The fact that you affected so many teenagers across the country that you had your own fashion line, that is big. I don't know how many times that's ever happened in television, period. Nonetheless, for such a young actress and young influence on television. So this is fantastic. Kudos, bravo.
Anthony was amazing. It's always tough when a favorite character unexpectedly leaves a show. When Michael Stoyanov, who played the lovable, often misunderstood Anthony, left Blossom in its final season, it was more than just a storyline change, it was a turning point in his life. He made a bold decision to step away from the show to write for Late Night with Conan O'Brien, a huge opportunity that seemed like the perfect next step at the time. But as the years went on, Michael couldn't help but to feel a pang of regret. In a 2000 interview with People, he admitted, "I didn't fully appreciate the position I was in," adding, "I've learned not to take anything for granted." It's bittersweet, really. Anthony's absence in those final episodes was felt by fans, but the man behind him was carving out a new path behind the scenes. While Stoyanov went on to write for Mad TV and Mr. Show with Bob and David, you can't help but wonder how the show might have ended differently had he stayed. Life, as it turns out, has a very way of teaching you lessons about timing, and sometimes the choices you make can haunt you in ways you didn't expect.
Now, I agree. He might have exited a little early for a lot of our tastes, but you cannot be mad at this young man for chasing his dream. Isn't that what we teach people to do? He chased his dream, and he was successful at it. So yes, we as fans did not like the fact that Anthony was not there for that last season, but we as people have to celebrate Michael for his achievements and his journey. Great job, my friend.
Fan mail frenzy. Now, you might think you can imagine how much fan mail Joey Lawrence got while he starred on Blossom, but I bet you're probably wrong. So, Blossom was the show for teens in the early 90s. In 91, it was ranked the most popular among viewers aged 12 to 17. And Joey? He was at the center of all that love. Some estimates say he was getting anywhere between 4 to 7,000 letters a day, while others claim it was more like 15,000 a week. That is a whole lot of love from adoring fans. It's crazy to think how one role can turn someone into a heartthrob, but Joey's charm, and let's face it, those iconic catchphrases, whoa, had everyone sending him their words of admiration. Imagine sitting through that mountain of fan mail every day.
Yo, I don't think I was ever into a celebrity enough to write them a fan letter. But can you imagine having to think about what 100 pieces of mail looks like? Look around your house. Look at the junk mail you get today. And that's probably less than 20 pieces. Think about what 100 pieces of mail looks like. Now turn around and think about what? I don't know. 15,000 pieces of mail looks like every 7 days? Wow. I imagine like if we were back in the day, you know, you could get some people probably like Beyonce or Drake that would get probably 50 times that. But that had to be overwhelming for Mr. Lawrence. That is a lot of mail, but it shows you that he was a heartthrob back then and he affected a lot of hearts. And that's it. That's our time. Did you learn something new? Did I leave something out? Y'all are always quick to tell me if I left something out, but I'm not offended. I don't take offense. I take it as information taken in, so I appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments. You know how we do here, family. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and definitely thanks from me to you. Oh, we hit 5,000 subscribers. That is, wow, we hit a milestone. Thank you, family. We're growing. So now we're on the road to 10,000. We're going to do it. Family, we're going to be one of the biggest and best families on YouTube. I absolutely believe that. But until we get to 10,000, you know what to do, right? Love you. Love somebody else. And I'll see y'all next time. Enjoy.